Someone asked the question, what can I do on a daily basis to improve my self-esteem? Let me check the question. Improve my self-esteem, express my true self, and stop being intimidated by people. I'm going to answer that question on today's video. What can I do daily to improve my self-esteem, express my true self, and stop being intimidated by people? I'm going to give you my top 3 tips. Number 1, do something for yourself to increase your confidence, your self-confidence. What is confidence? Confidence is what you know you can do. Confidence only comes from doing. There is what you estimate you can do without ever proving it, and there's what you know you can do. So, what you estimate you can do is your self-esteem. What you know you can do because you've done it is your self-confidence. Do you see? Do you see how you can't truly know what you're confident of doing without you ever having to do it? Confidence only comes from doing. So do something to increase that. How do you increase your self-confidence? You acquire knowledge and experience. Knowledge and experience will increase what you know you can do. Knowledge and experience. And preferably experience from knowledge. But you can acquire knowledge and experience other ways. There's synthetic experience, experience from books, from listening to other people's experiences. And then you get to somewhat experience it for yourself from a point of view perspective. So acquire experiences in that way. Preferably, you put those into action so you can experience it for yourself. Until then, you only really have your what you estimate you can do. You don't truly have confidence until you've actually done it. And the next 2 advice that I'm going to give will help you acquire those experiences. All right? So, the second tip that I have for you is do something for others self-interestedly, selfishly. Do something for others because it makes you feel good about you. Arguably, the most important thing in the world is your feeling good about who you are. And the fastest way to do that is to help people without asking for anything in return. Immediately you feel good knowing you've helped others, you didn't waste your time on this earth. And you feel good knowing that the other person knows that there's actually people that are out there to help without asking for anything in return. So, the fastest way to feel good about you, arguably the most important thing in the world, is you're helping other people for nothing in return. Savvy? Number 3, my third tip. Make it a goal for yourself, as an agenda for yourself, to talk to somebody new every day. One person new every day. And what does this help you to do to increase your self-confidence and self-esteem and express your true self? Here's first what I want you to do. Meet someone new with the agenda, the selfish agenda, to get to know the other person. Your goal is to give the other person a platform to demonstrate who they are, to introduce themselves. When you meet a person, a new person, what you're actually doing is you're introducing a person who you think is worthy and worthwhile to another person. Let's say you were to clone yourself. And you were to clone yourself and it was the exact same person, exact same secrets, same story, same mannerisms, same everything as you. And you feel good about that person. You think the person is worthy and worthwhile. So whenever you introduce yourself to another person, what you're doing is you're introducing this person, these 2 people, the person who is your clone and to another person. So the question for you is, if you were to clone yourself, would you be happy and excited and enthusiastic with introducing that person to a new person? Let's just go back. Make it a goal for yourself to meet a new person daily, with the agenda of giving them the opportunity, the platform, to introduce themselves to you. Because most people don't get that opportunity. Most people never get the platform to introduce themselves, to allow other people to get to know who they truly are. Most people just talk just so they can talk more about themselves, since most people's favorite topic is themselves. So, being a different person and being self-interestedly to increase your self-esteem and your self-confidence and your allowing yourself to express your true self, so to speak, you give the person a platform to allow them to introduce themselves and give them the platform to let you get to know them and let them talk about themselves, because their favorite topic is themselves. When you do that, you instantly become an interesting person. You instantly become a good conversationalist. When you walk away from that conversation, even if you never said anything about yourself, you've never spoken much, you didn't say a word, the person will think, damn, what a good conversationalist that guy was or that girl was. It's not because you were a good conversationalist. It's because you let them talk about themselves, their favorite topic. When you do that, you instantly become an interesting person. And for women, you instantly become an attractive person. So let me recap. How do you increase your self-confidence and express your true self and no longer be intimidated by people? You increase your self-confidence. What happens when you talk to new people is that you get to know what you're confident at. Before you talk to anybody else, the only thing you have is your self-esteem. The only thing you have is what you estimate you can do. And what you estimate could be completely wrong, completely aggrandized, completely below what you'd expect. It could be way overestimated or way underestimated. I'll give you an example. So you build your self-esteem by doing. And that's the important thing about the third step. When you talk to people, you get to know where you were overestimating with your confidence and where you were underestimating. You may find out, damn, I'm a good guy, or I'm a good girl. I'm a pretty good conversationalist, or I'm a pretty amazing person, or I'm a pretty damn good person. So now your self-esteem goes back to the level of your self-confidence. What you estimate of yourself goes to the level of what you know you can do. Whenever you have those two combined or aligned, what you know you can do, what you estimate of yourself, you have something called self-appreciation. And self-appreciation is one of the tenets, one of the central themes of enlightenment. So that's what you do. You increase your self-confidence. You talk to people and you find out what level it is you're confident at. And then the more you talk to people, there are 365 plus days in a year, 365 plus people. If you make friends with 10% of them, most of them, they may be too busy, they may be up to something, or maybe something up their ass, or but what I've found, in the beginning you're not gonna acquire that much of a network, but as you get better socially, you become more socially adept, socially skilled, you acquire a huge network of people. And that's how I built a huge sales team. But this is in a personal context. So you increase your self-confidence. The more and more you know what you can do, the more and more you can improve it. The more and more your self-esteem is aligned with what you know you can do. What you estimate of yourself is aligned with what you know you can do. You are appreciating of yourself, and you live happily with, not only do you increase your social skills and your network and people who are worthy and worthwhile you can surround yourself with in your life, you are now increasing your competence, your self-confidence, and you are finding out that people are not that bad. People are great. People are amazing. And it's fun talking to people. It's fun. I love talking to the opposite sex. I love them and adore them. So, that will get you, that'll fix all your problems. That'll increase your self-esteem, or at least get them to the level of your self-confidence. That will get you to be less intimidated with people, because you get to know that people are great. There are only, out of the millions of people you'll talk to, maybe one or two are going to be bad people. All right? What's the number two? Number one is increase your self-confidence by acquiring experience and knowledge. Number two, help other people without asking for anything in return. Help them self-interestedly, because it makes you feel good about you. The most important thing, arguably, in the world is you're feeling good about you, and the fastest way to do that is to help people for not asking anything in return. Call it depositing into a proverbial, an imaginary, or a very real bank, favor bank. You don't have to deposit favors into one person to get them to give you a favor in the future. Here's something interesting. You just deposit favors into a favor bank. It's not anybody's bank, it's your favor bank. And then what's going to happen is that you're going to find that people will happily do favors for you, because you feel good about you. You feel you're a worthyful person, and you feel that you're depositing things into this favor bank. You know that they call it karma, or in some philosophies, but you feel good about you and you feel you're worthy, and people can smell this. People can feel this intuitively. People around you will feel that this person feels they're worthy. So whenever you ask for something, you're gonna get it, because you feel you're worthy of that. And that's one of the shortcuts to being a worthyful and worthwhile person. Depositing things into the favor bank. Number three, talk to one new person a day. You're going to find out, you're going to experience where you are in your self-confidence level. You're going to experience where you are in your communication level. You're going to experience what you need to improve, and you're going to bring your self-esteem down or up to the level at which you're confident. And then at that point, you know how you can improve better. Do you savvy? If you have any questions, let me know. And if you appreciate this video, let me know. Send me a message. Thanks.